Hey y'all, welcome to the Filling Station. It's a new day, another opportunity to either make money in the market or to just learn from the market. But first, y'all, let me go ahead and give my disclaimer. I am not a financial advisor. I just enjoy teaching people how to build generational wealth. And yes, the stock market is just one of those avenues. So this video is for educational purposes only. With that being said, let's get started. So we are looking at the SPY. And what's interesting, y'all, is we closed at 601.30 yesterday, Friday. I keep getting mixed up because of the holidays. On the 24th, the high was 602.20, which seems like we moved sideways, traded sideways, only to come back down. Find support right here. We had this 598.29 mark. It seems like we bounced off of that and went back to the upside slightly, let's say slightly, right? So where are the trouble places? As you can see, prices gathered back in this area here. We were here on the 24th, which is right here. I always try to go back, find that place of gathering and see that that's a previous gathering spot. So I need to remember that area, right, for the SPY. Now, to the upside, where are the trouble places? We could possibly have trouble at 599.60. If we break that, 599.84. And if we break that level, $600.14 could very well be a trouble place for us. Now, if we break that 614 area, we could find resistance or trouble around the 657. Breaking that 657, in my opinion, is a strong area of resistance. I call it that the ATR trailing stop. We could very well have trouble again at $600.97, and breaking that kind of puts us back in this zone here at around 601.40. We could possibly have trouble. So those are places that, that's going to take us back to this area here. So to the downside now, if by chance we break under the 598.98 area, we can come back to where price was here at 598.68, which again, not far on this left side over here, y'all. So immediately I go to the gathering spot. Let's say that. So under 598, let's say 598.68 area, we can come back to this level here of 598.29. There's a few layers here. So 598.29, 598.04, and again at 597.72. Now, if we break that 597.72, we could come back to 597.10. Again at 596.71, forgive me, 596.71, and under that 596.45. Breaking at 596.45 area, we're back at the 200 EMA around the 595.87. It would not surprise me to see the SPY back at this 595 area, which was a previous gathering spot for us. So if by chance you trade the SPY today, trade carefully. Anything is possible. Nothing is guaranteed, right? So we are going to Tesla, and Tesla is Tesla. We closed at 462.28. Y'all see this 474.40 high here, which is interesting, right? Tesla does what it does. We came down, bounced off of this 50 EMA again on this 30-minute chart, only to move back up. You see what price got rejected. I'm going to see if I can draw a line here just to show that's where price came back to the bottom of these candles here, the top of these candles here. So moving back to the upside, we knew that this area could be a resistance area for us. So I always say, where are the trouble places for Tesla today? Going back to the upside, we will need to break back above this 469.82. Breaking that level, I will watch that ATR trail and stop around the 471.74 area. Just keep in mind, Tesla has a lot of overhead resistance, and if we break this, it's a lot of this. So I'm going to say, 473.22, 474.68, 475.50, 475.69. If we break that 475.69 area, we can come back to 478.61. So breaking that 478.61, Tesla could very well come back to 485.01. Is it possible? Absolutely. Tesla does what it does. Now, back to the downside. You see, as of now, that 5 EMA and the 20 EMA is holding us up, which is really where the candle body of these candles are here, right? So if we break this level, we could very well come back to 462.98. So breaking where we are now, which is around the 465.75, we can come back to this level 465.16. We can come back to retest 461.41. If we break that, 459.71, and if we break that level, I will watch the 459.07. Breaking that 459.07 brings us back to this zone, back to this area here around the 453.43. And if we lose that area, we could very well come back to, I would watch the 448.70. Now, breaking that 448.70, Tesla could very well come back to this 200 EMA around the 445.93. So if you trade Tesla today, those are places to the upside and to the downside. And I say so often, y'all, that in the market, anything is possible. Nothing is guaranteed. So trade carefully today. Now, we are looking at NVDA. NVDA closed at 140.22. We had a low here, pre-market low of 138.18, and as you can see, it just kind of bounced off of a level that we already had marked, right? So support areas as of now, support is around this level of 139.12. I would watch that area because it has been holding us up. Now, to the upside, we would need to break back above that 139.44, 139.72, 140.06 or 140.08. If we break that level, 140.38, which is really close to that ATR trailing stop at 140.45, breaking that level brings us back to a previous gathering spot here, which is around 140.68. And if we break that, 140.92. So those are going to be trouble places to the upside. Now, if by chance we break that 140.92, it brings us back to this area here. We could very well have trouble around 141.42. So those are resistance areas for NVIDIA today. Now, to the downside, we could very well move in either direction today. So under 139.12, we can come back and find support at 138.57, and losing that area, I will watch the 138.18. I always say something stopped us here for a reason. So that 138.18 could very well be a support place. Breaking that level, we can come back to 137.46, 137.10, 136.65, and there's a lot of support here. 136.65, 136.42, 136.17, and if we break that 136.17 area, we can come back to 135.67. So I would say if you trade NVIDIA today, trade carefully. This is our zone here of, I would definitely watch it under the 138.18. Trade carefully today, and once it goes against your why, get out. I say live to trade another day. Instead of blowing your account, take the small loss and make that back. So we are now looking at AMD. We closed at 126.29. And is this a bear flag? That's interesting, right? So I always say, where are the trouble places for AMD? Price is right where we were on the 24th. As you can see here, I always say go to the left, right? So we're back in this zone. So where are the trouble places? We will need to get back above 126.32, 126.67. We could possibly have trouble again at 126.97. Breaking that level, 127.35. And if we should break that, 127.70, and breaking that level, 128.01, could very well be trouble places. Now, if we break that 128.01, 128.15, and breaking that can take us back to 129.24. So those are going to be resistance areas to the upside for AMD. Now, to the downside, under this level of 125.69, we can come back to this area here, the body of the candle here and here. So we'll be around, that will be around the 125.43 area. Breaking that, we can come back and retest possibly this 124.94 as a support area. Breaking that level, we could very well find support 124.59, and if we lose that, 124.46, which is right here at this 200 EMA on this 30-minute chart. So breaking that 124.46 area, we could very well come back to 122.64. So if you trade AMD today, I say trade carefully. Let's look at Apple today just to see where we are. Apple closed at 258.20. It seems like we're coming off of this level of 259.80 we're coming down here back at this zone. Y'all, it's so interesting that immediately my eye goes to that gathering spot here, resistance area. As you right here, it kind of brings us back to this place here. So where the trouble places as of now, getting back above 257.89, we could possibly have trouble at 258.10. Breaking that level, it brings us back to the body of these candles here. 258.76 could be a trouble place for us, and if we break that level, that's where our ATR trailing stop is. Now around the 259.19 could very well be a resistance area, and if we break that, we can come back to the 259.77 or 259.80 area for Apple. Now to the downside, if we break under 257.61, we could very well come back to this level. I go to where the bodies of the candle, where the body of the candle is, which is around the 257.09. You can see here, that's where this candle is, 257.09. And if we break that level for Apple, we can come back and find support at 256.78. Again here at 255.99 or the 256 area. Breaking that, we can come back to the 255.59, and under that, the 254.80. I would definitely watch those areas for Apple to the upside and to the downside. Let's see, we did have a few inside day candles. I did a video for that. If you would like to check that out, it's just inside day candles for today. AI is on the list, and if it break above the 36.09, we have 36.95 as the target. It looks like we're trying to break out of a gathering spot as of now. Under 35.14 gives us a downside target of 35.12. So AI is an inside day candle for today. CCL is also an inside day candle today. So if by chance we break above 26.07, upside target is 26.56. Now to the downside, under 25.41 gives us a downside target for CCL at 25.26. So those are a couple of inside day candles today. I'm going to go to Mara just to see where we are. Seems like Mara closed at $20.15, and we came down here, found support at around the 1932. This is our 4 o'clock candle. So I would, this 1932 area was a support. We bounced off of that only to get rejected. As you can see here at this 50 EMA and 20 EMA, that was a rejection area for us. So I'm going to draw a line here just to see. This area here is the zone that we're trading in as of now for Mara. So support is around the 1958, resistance around 1978. If we break that 1978, we could very well have trouble around 1991. If we break that 1991 area, $20 could very well be a resistance area. And if we break that 2010, could very well be another area of rejection. So if we break that $20.10 area, we can come back to $20.24. 2024. Yes, and if we break that level, 2066 is within reach for Mara today. Now to the downside, under this level of 1958, we can find support here at 1944, 1932, 1913, and if we break that 1913, we can come back to 1888. So if you trade Mara today, I would say trade carefully. Snap is also an inside day candle for today. It looks like we have tried to test this downside trigger, so I would definitely watch it. It's been moving sideways or consolidating sideways. So if by chance Snap break above 1129, upside target is 1158. If we break under this 1112, which the low of this candle here is 1112, we could very well continue down. If we break the 11.12, just know $11 even is the target for a Snap. So y'all, today should be an interesting day in the market, considering yesterday was Christmas, everything was closed, so we don't know how the market is going to move today. However, pay attention to your charts, trade what you see, and once it goes against your why, get out. I say that so often, y'all. So again, I hope these videos are very, very helpful. I hope that everyone have a very profitable and a very productive day today. If you could please like, share, comment, subscribe, all of that good stuff, because we learn and we grow together. So until next time, y'all be blessed as well as a blessing unto others.